they deeply dislike Cruz, and they're deeply afraid of Trump. And so they're sitting around. I mean, none of these establishment types back a year ago, if you had said to them, we're going to get down to Ted Cruz versus Donald Trump, they would have all said you'd lost your mind. Now they're losing their minds because the objective reality is you're either going to get Senator Cruz, who's, I think, run a very intelligent campaign in a setting where he's up against a huge phenomenon, or you're going to get the phenomenon himself, Donald Trump. But there's not going to be a third name in contention. Kasich, in a sense, is in a race to be vice president, but he's not going to become the nominee. And much as I love John, he's just simply not going to be the nominee. One of these two guys, either Donald or Ted, is going to be the nominee. And the Washington establishment of the Republican Party is just in complete denial. I mean, this is a guy who has been a wild man, who dominated the society pages, who has had a life that was clearly outside of politics, who said a lot of things as a standard New York business guy getting along in one of the most liberal cities in the world. And now, all of a sudden, he's showing up as the great conservative champion. So if you're a true blue conservative, and you want somebody who's thoughtful and who's read all the major conservative books and who understands Hayek and Friedman, Donald Trump just unnerves you. I mean, you keep thinking to yourself, I mean, this would be like taking some of these intellectuals into a blue-collar bar, and having them try to watch a hockey game. I mean, this is really different for them, and it's going to take them a while to get used to it. Trump is really an anti-left, anti-political correctness, anti-stupidity American nationalist. I mean, he's a new kind. Trumpism is a new evolution from where we've been. I think it will be more destructive of the left than anything we've seen from conservatism since Ronald Reagan. But I think it's a unique blend of things. Yeah, I think Donald Trump is a man who had achieved everything he dreamed of. He was nationally famous. He had the Miss Universe contest. He had a #1 TV show. He'd written New York Times bestsellers. He's worth billions of dollars, plus or minus. You can argue between 4 and 10. He has a terrific family, great kids, great grandkids, And he looks around and he says one day, what can I do now? Because I don't really need to make any more money. And he thought, the country's a total mess. I think there's an opportunity for leadership. I'm going to dive in and try to lead. Now, I think he's got a tremendous amount to learn because this is a very different business than just being rich. But I think he's been learning pretty rapidly, and I think he is essentially going to dismember the bureaucratic, unionized structure of power that is crippling America. I think that will be good. Just whatever you think about Trump's sincerity, he will be dramatically better than Hillary Clinton.